Hello students, and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to look at the types of computers. The computers that we use are of different categories. There are those small computers that you use in forms of laptops, the computers that you do not see but it works in the background of the weather forecast. If you're trying to see the weather in UK from Zambia, there is a specific computer that is actually capturing data for you, and we call those as the supercomputers. To cut the long story short, we look at the types of computers, and there are various types of computers, as you can see from the list here. There are those we call supercomputers, mainframe computers, min computers, microcomputers. The first one we want to talk about are the supercomputers. Obviously, these are the most expensive types of computers in the computing industry. And these are types of computers which actually you cannot afford to buy one personally. Most of the organization which manages to buy these types of computers are bigger organizations like the banking sector and the other big organizations. They will be able to afford this. It's so fast. I may want to check from Google search if we be able to see any picture of a supercomputer. So, looking at the images, we can see all those. They are big CPUs. These are the most expensive types of computers. They are sophisticated and they are the fastest of all in the field of computing. And we can find these computers in bigger organizations. All you need to remember is that these type of computers are so expensive, and an individual cannot afford to buy one. And even if you afford to buy one, what are you going to use it for anyway? Because they are used for sophisticated things like weather forecast, like in the movie industry. Those animations, difficult animations that you see are done using this type of a computer. And from supercomputer, we've got those which we call the mainframe computers. These, I don't even know if you can find one of this type nowadays, because one computer, which is a mainframe computer, can fit into one big room. For those students from Lake Road PTA school, your manual there can only accommodate at least a single computer. Our IT room at Lake Road possibly cannot even manage to accommodate one computer. These are so very big, but they are not as powerful and as fast as the supercomputers. These were only used for multi-user facilities, where a lot of people could log into one computer and use the same big computers. You understand multi-user when we come to that topic. But all you need to know for now is that mainframe computers are the biggest, very big, such that one big computer can fit into one big room. Let's check from Google to see if we can see one mainframe computer. So there it is, mainframe computer, and similarly they look like supercomputers, but these are far much bigger, and one can only fit in one big room. They had a lot of disadvantages. So as you can see, this whole thing is a computer, and it's looking like this on my laptop. What of in real life? We no longer have these, and we no longer use this type of computers. unless in those computer museums, like at the University of Zambia, they've kept one for memorial's sake to see how far we've come with the computers. It had a lot of disadvantages because it was so very big. It used to emit a lot of heat, and also the fact that it was so big, it used to consume a lot of electricity. It was just a very big computer. See, they also generated a lot of heat, and they needed a lot of ventilation. They also used to consume a lot of power. The ZESCO unit you buy, if you buy them in 100 kwachas, you'd find that in less than an hour, possibly, it will be done. So they are different from the supercomputers. Although these are big, they are not as big as the mainframe computers. These are the superior computers, very expensive computer, and they are now being used in forecast of weather prediction, in nuclear weaponing, and non-destructively design aircraft and making sequences of motion pictures. These are the many use for the supercomputers. The mainframe computer, their use nowadays is obsolete. We are no longer using these computers, but we need to know where we have come from. They used to be so very big computers. Then we have the mini computers. Mini computers. Let me see from Google said if we can have an example of a mini computer. Mini computer images. These are the images. They're actually looking like ordinary laptops and the likes, but I will explain how this works. So the mini computers, when we talk of the mini computers, we are talking of a computer that is used for specific things. So, in mini computers, we talk of specific things. We cannot use this type of a computer for every purpose, and mostly they are designed to be specialized. When we say specialized, they possibly can only do one or two things. When you look into the industries like the packaging of drinks, you would see the machine, and on the conveyor, it's loading drinks inside the bottles. The other machinery is covering with the lid, all those functions happening. What it does that is what we call a mini computer. So every time we think of a mini computer, we talk of specialized computers. These are not common, and you cannot find them in the shop. You cannot go to the shop that you want to buy a mini computer. Why? Because they are specialized. If you want a mini computer, you're supposed to contact the manufacturer of these computers so that they can create one computer particularly to fit your needs. And that's why he said that you cannot use this computer for a lot of purposes. You can only use it for specific needs. They are specialized. They only do the thing they are designed for. So if you want to be loading the packets of Miri-Meal, the bags of Miri-Meal, we want a machine that can do that. You are looking for a specialized computer. We call these as the mini computers. Them being specialized and being used mostly by the industries, they are very expensive machinery. You find them in the mining sector, the industries where they like Trade Kings. Those in Zambia, they can manage to have one of these mini computers. So amongst the computers on the list, mini computers are specialized. We normally face this question in multiple choice question of our theory paper. It would ask you which of the following computers are specialized computers. Obviously, your response should be mini computers. They are also known as the mid-range computers. Then we've got what we call microcomputers. So, if you have a computer at home, or your brother, your sister, they have a laptop, what they have is what we call a type of computer we are calling a personal computer or a microcomputer. They are the most type or common type of computers that we have now. All single users, which simply means a computer that can only be used by one person at a time, belongs to this type of computers, microcomputers. So you need to think of microcomputers as personal computers, which are common nowadays. They are not very expensive, and an individual can afford this type of a computer now. And it's the future for computing, because each and every one of us, we will need to have a computer. So the main focus that will be going direction to is the microcomputers. But first of all, one, we've got what we call the supercomputers. Supercomputers are very expensive, and a small organization cannot even manage to buy one. Then we've got those big computers, which we call the mainframe computers. This is a computer which can actually just fit into one big room, one computer. And their main disadvantage is that they used to produce a lot of heat. And secondly, apart from producing a lot of heat, they used to consume a lot of power. Then we can also talk about the mini computer. Mini computers are the one we are trying to say that they are specialized computer. They are specialized, designed to do specific things. You actually cannot find these in the shelves in the shop. You need to go to the manufacturer if you need one. Then from the mini computer, we talked about the microcomputer. These are the most common type of computers. Those computers in your school IT lab, they belong to microcomputers. And those computers that people move around with, like laptops, they also belong to this category of computers. Right now, because of the COVID-19 issue, most of the people are using computers. And this is the type of computer they are using. Then, finally but not the least, we can talk about the palm computer. Those small computers you use, like the smartphone, the iPads, they belong to a palm computer. They are called palm computer possibly because they are able to fit in the palm of your hand. And these nowadays are the most common, because each and everyone now, they have a phone, smartphone, because they belong to palm computers. They are used for personal digital assistance. It's a digital machine that can assist an individual. That's why they are sometimes known as a PDA, personal digital assistance. You can send text messages, you can even go to the website. They can do a lot of things that which a laptop or a microcomputer can do. So you need to understand these types of computers. And then you will be ready for the next journey that we are going to take in the field of computing. I hope that is so very helpful. Hope you've gotten one or two things. I'll be able to post this video on your Moodle platform, and it's also going to be there on my YouTube channel, where you can search Waria Matthews, and you'll be able to see this and a lot of other videos. If anything, you can contact me on 0966 272740. And hoping to see you next time. For now, goodbye.